a good time. Put a smile on your face, yeah. Can't be Cam and Elation Radio. Even brighten your day and help you through the night. Bringing you good music. Can't be Cam and Elation Radio. And here's your host, Kimmy Kim.
What's going on, my good people? Charles McCutchen here. I'm your favorite entrepreneur. Okay. For those who don't know who I am, best-selling author, real estate through and through, the government contracts, the business credit, the nonprofit, just going after it in life, y'all. That's what we're doing. I just want to welcome you to Charles's Corner. And what we do, this is my financial piece right here. And we get that big mixing bowl and put everything in there, stir it around, and I'm going to keep giving it to y'all every opportunity that I get. So today, what I want to discuss, and like I told y'all, I discuss things that are relevant to my life, things that I'm working on, things that I'm doing, partnerships that I have, things that I find out about that may be able to aid you, your family, and your organization, your whoever. So today, it falls right in line with what I've been doing, what I have been doing, just to give everybody a snapshot so they have a better understanding, because it's going to tie into what I'm about to tell y'all. This is it. I'm about to give y'all some. I'm going to learn y'all on some stuff. I ain't going to tell you nothing now. I'm going to learn you. I ain't going to teach you. So this is what we've been working on, and we are getting so close. My goodness. And it's like I can taste it right now. So we have a $200 million mixed-use development, and this has been going on for some time. The crazy part is development, the one that I was looking at in the area that I'm in, it took them 16 years to get that done. To get that off the ground and completed. I was like, wow. And so this one right here, I've been working on this one since 2020, the beginning of 2020. I actually had this one. This is in 2021. I'm looking to close this out before the end of the year. I've been given dates of less than 30 days. So we're going to see what happens and as we march along and go down this road. So we have a $200 million mixed-use development, and for those who don't understand what that is, all it is you have building a lot of different things out there, from single family to duplexes to triplexes to quads, or some people call them quadplexes. Then we have the apartment complexes where we're going to build about 300 doors, and then we have the veteran assisted living facility that will be approximately 300 doors. To add to that, we're going to have a transitional type home, and that's going to be for those veterans that are getting out of the military that are transitioning, and we're going to have a space for college students as well, because we want college students to come over and do an internship with the veterans. So you get 300 plus, elderly folks that are older that may need some assistance. That's a lot of people, and so we're going to look to do the internships to bring those folks in. Within the veteran assisted living facility, we're bringing on the mental health folks. So I have some folks who do mental health, and they're going to bring their expertise in and come in and do what they do. We have 2 doctors, and they actually work with veterans with PTSD. So we're bringing them in. Then we have 2 scientists, and these are 2 scientists. They did the MIT, went to the big school, MIT, and they have a skill set, or they're bringing their company on board to garner. What they've done in their company is take the sun and bring it indoors. And they did that for a couple of reasons. One of the reasons is a lot of people are not getting vitamin D, and especially the elderly don't get enough vitamin D. So they garnered the source of the sun and brought it indoors so it can help the elderly, for one. For 2, they brought it indoors because it can help food. So what the lady told me, now this is not me talking, don't quote me, quote her, no, but what the lady told me from the studies and the research that they completed, He says a lot of people use like UV rays to grow all these plants and indoor food, and they think they're healthy. But what they're actually doing, from her, she said they're only getting 23% of what the sun gives off. Now, I don't know what her percentage is for the indoor lighting that they have, but that's what she told me. So they're bringing the indoor lighting, so we can grow food, we can grow cannabis, plants, what have you. So that's what they're doing on their end. So we're bringing in the virtual reality folks as well. Now, these folks are going to do something with the elderly. What I've seen online is they have something to where they can help the elderly with their memory. That's what I've seen online. I didn't go too far into it. I'll let the experts do what the experts do. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to tie all this into what we're doing, what I'm going to tell you about in a few minutes. The other thing we're doing, we're bringing on some of the different celebs that's coming in. We have some partnerships. We're actually going to be doing a documentary as well. And the documentary is built around the land being owned by freed slaves in the late 1880s. That's one. Then the second thing is the descendants of the land own the land today. And what happened way back when, it was a very flourishing community where they were growing their own food and everything like that. And the actual city, I don't know if it was the government or what have you, came in and they basically said everything has to stop. They changed the area from a livable area, we call that residential in the real estate world, they changed it over to industrial. So once you have an industrial area, you don't have to provide the same services as residential. So what would happen is, imagine you living over there with your family and your house start falling down and you have somebody come out to look at it, and then the contractor looks at it and says it's going to be $2,300, and then they go to the city to get permits so they can fix whatever they're going to fix, and the city says we're not authorizing any permits in that area because it's industrial. So what do? So 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to fail. A lot of them sold for pennies on a dollar. And 9 times out of 10, you're probably just going to leave it. Some of them left it and received nothing. Some of them were threatened, and that's not me speaking. There's video out there from the guy back when talking about how they were threatened to move, and they only did that because that area is very profitable, being that it's close to an airport, it's close to the water, so it's very profitable. It's like everything is surrounding that area. So they know that area was profitable. So what was happening is a lot of people was trying to lowball them to get their property, and they wouldn't sell. It's going on for probably 40, 60 years. And in the next 30 days, they're going to be having an opportunity to become multimillionaires. And that right there is what the documentary needs to be about. We need for them to tell their story. We have one lady that's 101 years old. I just want her to stick around long enough so she can see it to fruition, so she can tell her story, and then we could take that story to Netflix. And I'm telling y'all before, I done told a lot of people. A lot of people don't even know this is going on, which is cool. And what we're doing is once the funding hits the bank, and I'm telling y'all right now because I'm the funding manager, once the funding hits the bank, that's when I literally rip my shirt off and I show y'all the S that's on my chest and what we're about to do. This is way bigger than me, and a lot of stuff I don't even put out there. I haven't put out there for anybody. There's a lot of bits and pieces that's left out, and it's left out on purpose. It's left out on purpose because of what we're about to do with this and how we're about to take it across the nation. We do have STEM or STEAM, Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Math. We have an institute. We're going to stream that to the different, we want to stream it to the HBCUs. We want to give it to kindergarten up through college, so to be able to instill that into the community. With STEAM, there are a lot of grants. Science has grants. Technology has grants. Engineering has grants. The veterans have grants. We're utilizing hemp. We're going to use, because cannabis is the entire, I got to go to this, and I know a lot of people don't like it. And I think we have to get educated before we not like something. And we have a miseducation right now, so we're losing. So anytime anybody says cannabis, everybody just think of weed and marijuana. That's all. What is marijuana? Nope, you smoking this marijuana? And that's all we think about. So let me educate people on this. The entire plant is called cannabis. There's parts of the plant. One part is marijuana. Yes, it does have THC. Then there's another part that's called hemp. And if you look back, way back when, we used to make paper out of hemp. We made clothes out of hemp. You can make the clothes on your back out of hemp, and it's not something that you're going to get high off of. It doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't have that THC like the marijuana has in it. It doesn't even register like that to where people are getting high off of hemp. It doesn't work that way. You can use hemp to make rugs. You can make sheets. You can make paper products like paper towels and toilet paper. So all these different things can be made from hemp. So we can use hemp right now. We're using it to actually insulate the walls of a house. And some people's like, well, if the house burned down, everybody's going to be high. That's not true. That's not true. The people spreading lies because they don't understand it. They don't know. And that's why hemp was a Schedule I drug, because we don't understand it. And now you see the legislation coming about to say, oh, we messed up. Hemp is not a drug. Now, marijuana is a drug. You have the THC, but still marijuana can be used for people for medical reasons. So I'm giving y'all game. Cannabis is the entire plant. It's broken down. Marijuana is a part of it, and that has THC. Hemp is a part of it. CBD is a part of it. So we're utilizing hemp to do the roofing. You can do sidewalks with hemp. So hemp has 50,000 uses, family. Imagine what you can do, just 50,000 uses from a plant that's biodegradable, that can be, you can grow it within 2 to 3 months. Now you're getting a whole new batch. It purifies the air, brings on more oxygen in the air. It is, termites don't like what we call hempcrete when we put inside the walls for insulation. It displaces water. So usually houses will flood and then you'll get mold. Hemp doesn't mold. Hempcrete doesn't mold. So we have all these great things that we can use hemp for, and we're gravitating to go down that road. I just want to educate the people. You know, I want to educate people on what it can and can't do. So that's why I brought that up. So with everything we have going on, that's only a little piece. It's more, but, you know, I'm going to stop right there. But let me give y'all something, how I'm tying some stuff together. So what we're tying together is over in that same area, we're going to do solar. I'm going to break some stuff down for y'all so I understand what I'm talking about. So we're going to be off the grid, and we're going to do solar. So I'm going to talk about opportunity zones, opportunity zone funds, solar, aquaponics, hydroponics, aeroponics. I talked about cannabis. We're going to talk storage facilities, still mining. I may have to do this all next time. I don't know. I might zip through it. You know, we'll see what happens. So with opportunity zones, I told you we're in an opportunity zone area, and all that is an area that was designated by the governor. It's called a census tract, and basically those areas are areas that need some loving. You can call it the project. A lot of areas are those areas that need some up and coming love or funding so we can get them up there. And as a lot of people would tell it, those are the areas that a lot of people of color are being moved around or gentrified. So my thing is, those same areas are the areas we already live in. Why don't we get those areas, take them over, and then do affordable housing? Because you can use an opportunity zone and do that, and you can use an opportunity zone fund and get funding. Right now, there are $7.2 or $7.4 trillion, maybe 7.8, but who's counting? $7.4 trillion with a T of unrealized capital gains out there that can go into what we call an opportunity zone fund. And then within that fund, it can go into an area that we know maybe the projects, whatever you want to call it, that needs some loving. So it's in an opportunity zone, and then that funding can go in there and help that area out. And that's what I'm doing right now. Everything I just told y'all is in an opportunity zone. So what we're going to be doing is solar. There's benefits to solar. You know, the solar systems, they don't produce like air pollutants or carbon dioxide. You know, even if we put it on a building, it has minimum effects on the environment. But let me tell you some of the things that's going on with solar. You might as well say energy, electricity. Who do you know that does not use electricity, family? I'll wait. I'm going to wait. Who do you know that does not use electricity? So what you can do, you can partner with the city. There's a thing called a power purchase agreement, and that's just an arrangement through a third-party developer. They install it, they own it, they operate it, and they provide energy to the city. What you can do is you can have the city buy it from you, because everybody uses some form of energy, right? So another thing that happens out there is the Department of Energy, and this came out, I think, in June. So the Department of Energy, they have 42.3 million or something like that of funding money for new projects. That's going to what we call reduce the carbon emissions. And I'm going to go over that as well. So that's money that they want to give out to help reduce carbon emissions, and I'll talk about what carbon emissions is. So you can partner with the Department of Energy. So what they actually do is they give you a 25-year partnership to where you're making energy for 25 years, you're getting paid for 25 years, but you get paid monthly. Imagine making $4 million per month for 25 years because you're making energy, utilizing the sun, and you're selling it back, and other people are being able to use it, an end customer uses it. Imagine that, family. So what we have now out here, we have a thing called a carbon footprint. And a carbon footprint is every time we do something. When we breathe in, when a car is running, you know, everything we're doing, driving to work, running appliances, everything has a carbon footprint. And it's the burning of fossil fuels. So we need energy to be able to do all that stuff. So we are probably second only to China in producing the most carbon dioxide emissions in the world. Like, we just keep producing more. I'm not going to go into all the details to it. So what they say for a house, you can reduce your carbon footprint, and that means consuming less energy. You know, we say turn the lights off, all that kind of stuff. So you can consume less energy by heating and cooling, making sure your house is energy efficient, using different light bulbs, using hot water efficiently, stuff like that. That's how we reduce emissions. And the same thing with driving. So in order for us to reduce emissions while driving, we have to drive less. We can use public transportation, which a lot of people are not doing because it's just, you know, they're just not doing it. Or we can buy more fuel-efficient cars. Y'all see what's going on right now with the different cars that's out there. And then the recycling bit, I don't recycle. I'm just being honest. So we go from paper to plastics. Everything we consume is we're not doing a lot of reusing of the different products that's out there. So that's why we have them big landfills and stuff like that. It's just a lot in the landfill. So let me tell y'all one other thing that's going to be added to the area within an opportunity zone. You have a lot of land. You can do a thing called aquaponics. I'm about to learn y'all on something. So aquaponics is nothing more than, when you use aquaponics, you're probably going to use a thing called hydroponics as well. And aquaponics is like letting fish work. Crazy to say that. So fish, what they do is eat, and they produce waste. And fish have like what we call the perfect fertilizer for growing plants. And that's just basically what it is. Aquaponics lets the fish work. Their food helps the plants grow, and then you grow into what we call hydroponics. So hydroponics is nothing more than utilizing water to grow plants. It replaces the soil. And it has like nitrogen, calcium, iron, magnesium, and all those nutrients and everything for the roots to grow like fast and healthy, and then you can grow up. And when you grow up, you have aeroponics. This is some crazy stuff, right? So it's like a variant of hydroponics, and it keeps the plant's roots suspended rather than the water. So it's different parts, and it depends on, talking to these guys that do it. I have experts that do this stuff, and they're going to be coming to put all this stuff together on the land that we have. So when that happens with aeroponics, you have an excess supply of oxygen around the roots, and it helps it grow and all this kind of stuff. And there's less water being used by like 90%. So all of that comes into play when you look at the opportunity zone, doing solar, doing aquaponics, using hydroponics or aeroponics, utilizing cannabis, not the marijuana side, but the hemp side. Then we bring up storage facilities. So if you have land, a storage facility is not that big, depending on where you are. So we're going to actually imagine having a storage facility. On top of the storage facility, you do solar. You capture in all the energy from the sun, and then from there, on the top of the storage facility, you're growing cannabis, which I will say that out of 100% of what we grow, 20% does have marijuana. Now, that's just what it is. It just depends on how it's grown. So the other piece to that, you're utilizing the same opportunity zone, solar, all in one area. So if you have land, you can do crypto mining. So y'all sleeping on this. To me, crypto mining is actually growing your own money. And I don't know if y'all know about the Bitcoins and all that kind of stuff and the blockchain technology. So the blockchain technology is not going away. It's just a different system out there. We have to get educated to understand that, blockchain is not going away. And surrounding blockchain, you have the cryptos, you have the Bitcoin, you have all that stuff that a lot of people don't really want to get into, but it's out there for the taking. It's definitely out there for the taking. So when I say grow your own money, I have a guy, he has a crypto space, and it's literally a shed in the back of his house, and he bought these different rigs, and he put it together, and it makes him $500 a month. And it took him 10 months to profit, and now everything is pure profit. So you can actually take what he's doing is Ethereum. You can actually take Ethereum, you can take Bitcoin, and you can turn it into dollars. So he's actually making money, as me and you are talking right now. He's making money by a system that continues to run. Now, what I've been told by him and other people is, man, it's a lot of energy that gets pulled to run those rigs because they get hot. So imagine this. Imagine having a solar farm that has your energy. Your energy gets put into your crypto mining to run that, so you don't have to expend a lot of energy because you're selling energy back to the city anyway to give to the customer. Y'all, this is crazy. So imagine making $4 million a year just on solar because people are using electricity. Do we have to pay that bill every month? Come on now. Come on. This is like a whole ecosystem that I just gave y'all. It's not going away. We're going to keep duplicating the process. This whole ecosystem is going to be crazy. So let me give y'all a quick summary of what I just gave you. We're utilizing an opportunity zone. Within the zone, we created an opportunity zone fund. That fund is going to be funded, and we're going to create many more because we have many more opportunity zones across the country that we want to develop in. Within the development, we have the solar. Then we're going to be using hydroponics. We may use aquaponics, I don't know. But we do have cannabis. Within cannabis, we're going to use hemp. We're going to make hempcrete that's going to actually make all of our paper products. And we're already talking to, well, we're not talking. We already signed a contract with them. A restaurant, we're providing them paper products and straws and everything like that for the guy's restaurant down in Texas. He has multiple restaurants, and he's using the products. And so from the cannabis side of things, we break down the hemp. We do have the CBD as well. Then we are going to be infusing, I just had to throw this out here because it's there. We're going to be infusing health food with CBD. So what I tell people to do is please go do your own research on CBD. Go look up the scientists that are actually studying it, looking at the body, looking at the cannabinoids in the body and everything like that. Go do your own due diligence. Look at these credible people that are out there that actually are doing studies, not just somebody off the street just taking it and you taking their word for it. Don't even take my word for it. Just look it up for yourself. But they're actually helping people to get off of some of the same drugs and pills and things of that nature. So a lot of people don't want it to have happen because that's going to be something that the body produces in a sense. But that's only one piece, like I said. So go check it out for yourself. And then we have the storage facilities. And within the storage facility, that's funding that's going to come in. A lot of people use storage facilities are on the rise. It's not going away. A lot of people use them. And within the storage facility, up top, you're going to have the cannabis growing. You're still going to have the solar. And then on the same, because you have the solar, you're going to have crypto mining. That right there. And then imagine you build a city, you have all that stuff, and you're still building the whole city to where you have assisted living, you have apartments, you have housing, you have hotels, you have a parking garage, you have a park, you have a whole city, and it's just going to be amazing. That's all. It's truly going to be amazing, y'all. This is, I'm excited, where we're taking this. I've been getting a lot of people that have skill sets that we definitely need as we move forward with this, because this is not something that you're going to do by yourself. That's why I like working with the experts, and I just go pick up the people who have these certain skill sets to get this done, and that's what we do. So I just want to give that snapshot. I did it in record time. I didn't want to take too much time, but I just wanted to give y'all some snapshots of what we're doing. But when the funding comes, stand by, because I'm going to be a problem. And I only say that in a good way because we're going to be helping so many people with jobs, and oh my goodness, it is amazing. So, Ms. Kimmy Robinson, I want to thank you for giving the platform from Relation Radio to Relation Magazine at its infancy stage. Thank you, my lady. This is what I want to do, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and pray us out. Anybody who need me, I'm a little busy, just a little bit, but you can find me on social media at some places. I'm some places, put it that way. I answer a lot of calls, a lot of emails. I be on a lot of Zooms. I be speaking to a lot of different people, and that's just what I do. And I'm so tunnel vision to get this particular project off the ground because it is the catalyst for everything that's been in such a big way. That's why I do it. Dear God, I want to give you thanks for this time. We're in a world of worry and not peace, and we're looking for the good news again. Please forgive us for forgetting that your love will never change, your love will never fade, and that you will never abandon us. Please give us the strength and the mental fortitude that we need to move forward, because we know that everything will be okay, because everything happens on your time. Continue to bless us and our families during these times. Keep us safe, keep us healthy, and we may not always see the clear picture, but we know you didn't bring us this far to only bring us this far. In your name I pray, amen, amen, and amen. And I'm Charles McCutchen. I'm your favorite entrepreneur, and I'm going for it. And ain't nobody going to stop. And nobody will stop you either. Y'all take it easy.
Everything they do is in-house.
In-house music group.
Oh, yeah, we preaching this evening. Everybody is shining and glistening. We screaming while demons are whistling. Nobody is paying attention. We're preaching, nobody is listening. These judges ain't giving no bail. Building church houses in jail. Send you away for years, like on bread, molded and stale. Preaching, this is how they react. Nourish the scum like rats. The crumb from the table feed cats. And that is a natural fact. Young people strapped with them gats. They'll block 13 over pack. The fact the gone ain't coming back. So represent with the tax. You rather do wrong than right. Obedience is better than sacrifice. Jump in the dark, look for the light. He's the way, the truth, and the light. There's too much heat on the street. Not enough people in charge. My homie is covered in dirt. Now tell me what good is that word? There's too much heat on the streets. Not enough people in charge. My homie is covered in dirt. Now tell me what good is that shirt? There's too much heat on the streets. Not enough people in charge. My homie is covered in dirt. Now tell me what good is that word? There's too much heat on the streets. Not enough people in charge. My homie is covered in dirt. Now tell me what good is that shirt? Dreams of grands are living in anger. Some victims are innocent, pay the cost. Kill and pray to be the boss. I'm praying for families who had a loss. Because of your ignorance, people are sad. Grieving bereaved, the moms and dads, sisters and brothers, uncles and nieces. Weapons destroy, rip bodies to pieces. The forgiveness you want, worse than we should. Chose to do bad, you could've did good. After the fact, you humble yourself. Before a minute for even as well. Vengeance is mine, thus said the Lord. Sharpen your tools, you rabbit your boys. It's all of your set, but now you regret your actions in life. They ended in death. There's too much heat on the street. Not enough people in charge. My homie is covered in dirt. Now tell me what good is that word? There's too much heat on the streets. Not enough people in charge. My homie is covered in dirt. Now tell me what good is that shirt? There's too much heat on the streets. Not enough people in charge. My homie is covered in dirt. Now tell me what good is that word? There's too much heat on the streets. Not enough people in charge. My homie is covered in dirt. Now tell me what good is that shirt?